a group of First Nations in northern Ontario, is pursuing a multi-billion-dollar compensation claim against the Canadian government, alleging a breach of a 175-year-old treaty and a pattern of dishonorable conduct. The claim centers around the government's alleged failure to engage in meaningful negotiations regarding payments stipulated in the treaty, which, according to the group, were unjustly capped at a mere $4 annually in 1870. This drastically undervalues the treaty's original intent and the vast natural resources subsequently exploited on their ancestral lands. The legal battle comes after a landmark Supreme Court of Canada decision, a unanimous and highly critical judgment that condemned both the federal and Ontario governments for their actions. The court's scathing assessment characterized the government's conduct as dishonorable, highlighting the stark contrast between the prosperity enjoyed by surrounding communities, industries, and the governments themselves, and the persistent poverty experienced by the First Nations people directly affected by the treaty. The court's ruling underscored the profound injustice inherent in the government's actions, leaving a legacy of economic hardship and social inequality that has persisted for generations. The First Nations group argues that the government's failure to uphold the treaty's terms has resulted in a massive accumulation of unfulfilled obligations, leading to their current claim for billions of dollars in compensation. They contend that the paltry annual payment of $4, a figure established in 1874, is a gross misrepresentation of the treaty's intended value and a blatant disregard for the significant economic benefits derived from the exploitation of their land. The group believes the government has consistently failed to acknowledge and address the historical and ongoing harm caused by its actions. The ongoing legal struggle reflects a deeper fight for recognition of Indigenous rights and a just resolution to historical injustices. A representative for the First Nations group eloquently stated, "Just as our ancestors in 1850 sought to secure benefits for their descendants, we today also take our role seriously for our next 7 generations. We are carrying on with this struggle so that our children and grandchildren do not have to suffer like so many of our people have for more than a century and a half." This statement encapsulates the profound generational impact of the treaty breach and the determination of the First Nations to secure a fair and equitable outcome, not just for themselves, but for future generations. The legal battle ahead promises to be protracted and complex, yet it represents a crucial step in the ongoing pursuit of justice and recognition of Indigenous rights within the Canadian legal and political landscape. The case underscores the urgent need for a meaningful reconciliation process that addresses historical injustices and ensures equitable treatment for Indigenous communities across Canada.